Welcome to Research Methodology course. So today we're gonna look at an introduction to the research methodology. Okay, which is our topic one. Okay, so let's look at what is the learning outcome of this class. At the end of this class, students should understand general knowledge of research and also research methodology. Let's look at the first subtopic, okay, which is what is research. Okay, so if you talking about research, okay, what is in your mind? Okay, what is research? Okay, so now let's look at case 1 and also case 2. Okay, so case 1 is actually about Mr. Wilson participated in a workshop on curriculum development and prepared what he calls a research report on the curriculum for building technicians. Okay, so he did this through a literature survey on the subject and by discussing with the participants of the workshop. So, do you think case 1 is a research? So let's look at case 2. So a general manager of a car producing company was concerned with the complaints received from the car users that the car they produce have some problems with rattling sound and at the dashboard and the rear passenger seat after a few thousand kilometers of driving. So he obtained information from the company workers to identify the various factors influencing the problem. So he then formulated the problem and generate guesses. So which is hypothesis. Okay, so he constructed checklists and obtained requisite information from a representative sample of cars. So he analyzed the data that's collected, interpreted the results in the light of his hypothesis, and reached some conclusions. Okay, so do you think case 2 is a research? So yes, okay, case 2 is a research. Why? There is a clear flow of a research by identifying the problem statement and then do some research on how the problem happened and then do some formulating the problem and generate some guesses, okay, do some hypothesis and then do some survey, okay, some checklist which is doing the research to get the data, okay, and then also then after that he analyzed the data obtained and finally he interpreted the results and get some conclusion from the results. So it's very clear flow of a research compared to case 1, which is only preparing a report, okay, which is on curriculum for building technician. Although he did some literature survey, but it's actually not a very clear literature survey. In this case 1, there is no very clear flow on doing a research. It's very general. Okay, so case 2 is actually a research. Okay, I've already mentioned just now, the researcher has a sequence of steps for a research, and then they didn't did conclusion without doing a survey. Okay, they didn't jump into conclusion, use some scientific method, for example, the survey, okay, the checklist, okay, to reach the conclusion. Okay, right. So let's look at definition of research. Okay, so a research is defined as the creation of new knowledge and or the use of existing knowledge in a new and creative way to generate new concepts, methodologies, and understandings. Okay, the purpose of research is to review or synthesize existing knowledge, okay, investigate existing situation or problems, provide solutions to the problems, explore and analyze more general issues, construct or create new procedures or systems, explain new phenomenon, okay, generate new knowledge or a combination of any of the above. Some of the research, okay, combining of providing solutions to the problems and also exploring and analyzing more issues. Okay, so it can be a combination of this purpose, okay, of the research. So there are different types of research. Okay, so there are exploratory, descriptive, analytical, and predictive. Okay, so the exploratory research is actually undertaken when few or no previous studies exist. Okay, so the aims is to look for patterns, hypotheses, or ideas that can be tested and will form the basis for further research. Okay, for example, exploring aerospace, okay, related to, for example, nowadays there are problem with COVID. Okay, there are no previous study on the COVID. Okay, so they're having some literature review with the similar, more or less similar characteristic of virus. Okay, so they doing some basic studies, okay, about the COVID-19. Okay, so some descriptive research, okay, is actually on identifying and classifying the elements or characteristic of the subject. Okay, for example, numbers of days lost because of industrial action. Okay, or number of people loss of job during COVID. Okay, it can be quantitative techniques or qualitative techniques. Okay, so if quantitative techniques is applied, is actually more on the collecting the data, analyzing, and also summarizing the data. Okay, so by analytical type of research is actually describing, is actually extending the descriptive approach, okay, to suggest or explain why or how something is happening. Okay, for example, underlying causes of industrial action. What if you refer back to the descriptive types of research? Okay, it's actually referring to number of days lost because of the industrial action. Okay, and then for analytical, we want to study what the cause that contribute to the industrial action. Okay, so an important feature of this type of research is in locating and identifying the different factors or variables involved. So let's look at the predictive types of research. Okay, the aim of predictive research is to speculate intelligently on future possibilities. So predicting, okay, do some statistic on the population prediction in Malaysia, for example. Okay, so that one is a predictive research. Okay, it's actually based on close analysis of available evidence of cause and effect. For example, predicting carbon emission in Malaysia in 2030 or 2050. Okay, that one is the predictive. Okay, so they're going to have a predicting using some software and others. Yeah.